All right, we're live. What's going on, folks? Mic check. All right. Looks like we're good. Looks like the quality's good. Sound seems to be good. I believe. Yeah. It's looking like it. What up, booty muncher? Old booty muncher. Spicy soup, vampire soup. Yeah, I started working on this last night. I'm doing the dragon form of this demon lord here. So first of all, you can see this was the initial rough sketch. What I've started doing now with like my concepts is I'm starting to do the little paint over method, which I used to never do. I used to always just do line art layer over line art layer over line art layer to clean stuff to clean it up, but I started doing this little paint over method as a little switch up. Is this live about how to design dragons in a project? It's just design dragons, not a project in particular or how to design them. I'm just designing them live while you watch. Lemon Jingles, what up? In terms of dragon design, what is the maximal amount of pairs of legs that can be used for a design? It's up to you. It's up to you. There are no rules. There are no rules here. You have all sorts of different types of dragons. You got ones with just 4 limbs, which would be like a wyvern. I mean, you've got drakes, which are grounded dragons without wings. Then you've got your typical 4-legged dragon with 1 pair of wings. And then you've even got ones that have 2 pairs of wings. You could have like insect-like dragons where they got like 6 legs and wings. So there's no one only way to draw stuff or design stuff. I changed my handle. Is it showing up? What do you mean your handle? Your name? Barbecue Jupiter? Hello, good afternoon. I like the dragon style. It reminds me of a mix of Thorn from Aragon and Morning from A Song of Ice and Fire. Aragon. Man, I haven't heard of Aragon since I was a little chitlin'. Do need to clean this up right here. Face is too small. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to still look like a vampire. I don't want it to have like a long snout. I want to keep the bat-like look to the face. The white and red color scheme. Hey, black, white, and red. My favorite color combo triad. Is it okay? Is it okay if I could use your dragon design for 3D practice? Go for it. What's on the menu tonight? Vampire Dragon Delights. Vampire dragons seem very niche, but are really cool. Vampire dragons are the best dragons. Vampire or anything is the best. But yeah, this is like his actual form. But then he can transform. So instead of transforming into a giant bat, transforms into a giant dragon. Which is more in line with what Dracula actually is, because Dracula comes from Dracul, which translates to dragon, not bat. So it only makes sense that you would transform into a draconic-like creature if you're based off of Dracula. Can y'all hear the music okay? Or is it too faint? The human version of Jormungandr is the subject of my next song. Nice. Good old Jormungandr. In terms of how to distinguish what is a true dragon from lesser dragons, are those lesser ones creatures who aren't phylogenetically related to true dragons? What are you talking about? Just like in terms of what I'm doing, or what? Or are you just talking about mythology? What do you mean? Now, since this is still a rough concept, I don't have to be super tight with my lines. It can still be a little scribbly, which is what I prefer anyways. I don't like super clean, high rendered stuff. I like rough concepts. I just like getting the ideas out on paper. I'm just talking about mythology and other specific fiction projects. I mean, well, when it comes to mythology and stuff, it's all just kind of made up anyway, so. I would say all kind of dragons would be related. Dragons, drakes, wyverns, worms. But it probably varies between mythologies and all that. I wouldn't say there's any like one set. Like, oh, this is how it has to be and all that kind of stuff. So. Ooh. Didn't want to erase that. Might have to fix the chest cavity here with something. Or maybe just the way the plates go, because it's got to look like he's got that little blood gem in the center of his chest. So we might have to mess around with that a little bit. We'll see when we get there. We're just going with the flow right now. Epic War Games, hello. How you doing on this fine Sunday? On this fine Super Bowl Sunday. Them triceps up in there. The triceps and the biceps. Draconis, what up? By the way, on what power scale would you rate him? Are we talking just incredibly powerful compared to other creatures or actual godlike powers? I like rewriting reality as he sees fit. He definitely would be probably not as strong as like an actual probably on a level of like an old god. So somewhat godlike. Strong, definitely more powerful than like a regular species of dragon, that's for sure. Spikes on spikes on spikes. Yo, what's good, Josh? What up, Lucas? What are we designing? We're designing this dude's dragon form. The Vampire Lord's dragon form. I was doing this sketching this up last night, so I figured we can stream a bunch of it while I work on it. I recently involved a Dinosuchus into my book. Chaos will ensue. Good old Dinosuchus. You know, I realized that Vampire Dragon God is something you would fight in the Darksider series. Yo, when's the next Darksiders coming out, man? I need some more trailers. I need some updates. We haven't seen anything since that announcement reveal trailer. I want to see some gameplay. Jurassic Pixelation. Hi, hello. Hello. Echo. Joe Mad. Well, that's the thing though. The next Darksiders it's being made by, I think, Gunfire Games, I believe, which isn't Joe Mad's studio. Yeah, it's being developed by Gunfire Games. Joe Mad works for Airship Syndicate. I'm sure they might bring him in to do maybe some concept art and stuff for it, because I know he's worked a little bit with them in the past, because Gunfire Games, I know they have some people who are part of the original development team and back when they were Vigil Studios for Darksiders 1 and 2 before they split up. And then you had some people like Joe Mad go and start Airship Syndicate. And then you had some other people go over to Gunfire Games. And Gunfire Games is the one that's making Darksiders 4. But I'm hoping he gets some involvement in it. So like, let's be real, that's his child right there, man. It's his art style is what made that series. That's my goat. It's my goat, man. Joe Mad. Hope Darksiders 4 will finally have all horsemen. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 4. You can play as all 4 of them. Darksiders is one of the few series where angels look as cool as oh yeah, they make the angels badass in that shit, dude. They got like some sick armor. They're like a little bit more like technologically advanced and stuff, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they actually make the angels like how they should be, like some straight up warriors. Which is y'all's favorite horseman, though? That's the real question. Which of the 4 horsemen is your favorite? Make this claw bigger. Gotta go with War, the OG. I know, I think I lean towards War. War's just like everything I like about a character. Although I will say Death, though, man. Death is like neck and neck with them. I think Darksiders 2 in general is a better game than the first one. Just because it got more RPG, so there's more customization, like all the different armor and weapons and stuff. So I'm kind of mixed between Death and War. They're tied for me. Obviously, I prefer like the big tanky, great sword wielding characters, but Death's badass, man. The mask and then the dual sides. It'd be one thing if Death just had one scythe, but the fact he's got dual sides, oof, that's like elite. That's some elite weapons right there, man. That was like the first time I ever even considered that as like a weapon choice. Dual size? Not just one, but 2? I was like, oh man. If you can continue Battle Chasers. Oh, dude, I wish they would make a sequel to Night War. That was like one of my favorite RPGs. It's so good. And the art is peaking it. It's peak. It's peak, I tell you. Peak. I played through Battle Chasers. I've beaten it at least 3 times. At least 3. And I had it on multiple consoles. But I mean, even the what's it called? The League of Legends spinoff that they made that Joe Mad was a part of. That game was good too. I didn't like it as much as Battle Chasers, but it was a really, really good RPG. It's good. It's good. Death is just as badass. Hard to pick. There's this death statue that I really wanted to get, but I was like, I can't justify dropping like $300 right now on something like that. But there's this death statue I really wanted to get. It was sick looking. You love the Maker race though, the giant door. Yeah, they're sick too. And then they got the Scottish accents. They're dope. The Black Hammer. Yeah, the Makers were sick. And that's what I liked about the second one, how you actually get to go venture into like the other realms. That's what was dope about the second one. The environments. So going to like the Maker's home world, that was sick. The dungeons were cool. The architecture. You know what? I might have to go back and play some Darksiders 2 soon. Now that we're talking about it. I wouldn't even mind doing some live streams of that. Revisiting like classic, some of my favorite classic games. Because I have the remastered version of Darksiders 2, I believe. Although, you know, I don't think I have it on PS5. The hair looks very good. Oh. Why, thank you. You're talking about me or you're talking about the art? What you talking about? I actually need a haircut, though. It's been a minute. It's been a couple months since I got a cut. Got that Patrick Bateman going on right now. I think the irony is that I think most NPC designs are better than the MCs. You're talking about in Darksiders? Or are you just talking about in general? I like Volgrim a lot too. Volgrim. He's one of my favorite characters. Although you know who's one of the best characters in Darksiders? Samael. One of my all-time favorite characters. Samael. He's badass. Love Samael. Got the upside down wings. So sick. Cunning. He's cunning and powerful. Godlike powers. He's got a badass accent too. Sometimes the hero dies in the end. It's one of my favorite quotes. Iconic. My favorite boss from Darksiders 2 would be Frostbane. Oh yeah, Frostbane. That was wasn't that was Frostbane DLC though, right? Wasn't Frostbane like after? Replay the 4 games. Well, there's only been plus Night War. Although I will say this, Darksiders 3, I was disappointed. I didn't like the combat style they went with for Darksiders 3. I was a little let down with that, but that's also because that was a different. That was after the team broke up. Which actually, I think Darksiders 3 was by Gunfire Games, wasn't it? THQ Nordic, yeah. So that's my only thing. Gunfire Games, they made Darksiders 3, which was my least favorite of all the Darksiders games. So that's why I'm like, I'm hoping this next one turns out way better. So I was a little let down with that one. I was a little disappointed. But I did like the spin-off, was it Genesis or whatever? Darksiders Genesis? I like that a lot. I beat that one a couple times also. I didn't mind that switch up of like the top-down style. I was fine with it. Still thought it was fun. Still thought it had some cool characters, and it had some cool boss fights in it too. Some cool boss designs, like that that one Cthulhu looking boss was pretty cool. Oh, you know who else is a badass boss in Darksiders 2? The Wailing Host. That's one of my favorites. It's got that eldritch feel. The Snake Hunter, what up? Yeah, Frostbane is DLC. Yeah. You're drawing these on computer? iPad. I always draw on iPad just because I like to be mobile and move around when I'm drawing. I don't like having to just sit at the PC. The only time I sit at the PC really and draw is if I'm doing like streaming. Otherwise, I'll sit on the couch. That's the benefit of drawing on like an iPad and Procreate versus doing something where you have like a drawing tablet that's hooked up to your PC. It's like then you're not mobile. I like to move around. You know, it'd be sick, since we're talking about all those Darksiders and Joe Mad. I gotta get my channel big enough, and then maybe we can reach out to Joe Mad and try and get like an interview or something. Pick his brain some. Maybe that can be a little goal we can have for the channel. I aspire to reach your skill level, dude. All your art is so amazing to look at, and I've learned a lot of cool techniques from you. Thanks, Dragon Slayer Poop. Appreciate it. I'm just a dude who draws creatures and other stuff. Which monsters from your bestiary would you use in creating a chimera? You know what? I don't know yet. I was actually thinking about that though when I was at the gym a couple days ago. Once we talked about like the chimera and then how it could be a horrible like experiment created by the mad alchemist, I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we can justify doing a chimera. But then I was like, I gotta think of which creatures I could use for him to combine into some amalgamation. Some hideous amalgamation. Hybrid between the B-Rex and Stoneforge. Yeah, I got to think if we're going to go more with a classic kind of chimera where you combine something like some sort of lion-like creature with like a goat's head type of thing and then like a snake tail. Because we could do a play on that where I could do like a basilisk for the tail. The body could be like... What would the body be? Which creature could be the body? It's got to be a big enough... That's the thing. I'd also have to think about if you're combining creatures size-wise, how would they match up? We'd have to ponder it, folks. We'd have to ponder what we would do with that. There's options. How long have I been doing art? Since I was a little chitlin'. Since I was a kid, ever since I could pick up a pencil. But I haven't been, although I was never like super consistent with like drawing like almost every day up until like the last couple years when I wanted to, you know, make it a goal to actually start grinding more with the art and start doing stuff with it. It used to be where like I would go through periods like where it'd be a few weeks where I'd be really into art and draw a lot, and then I'd go like months and months without ever drawing. So I'd be a lot further along in my life if I just was always like consistently drawing. But unfortunately, I'm one of those people who has a million interests, you know. So it's always been hard for me to just kind of tunnel vision on only one thing. So I get bored and then I want to move on to something else and learn something new, doing with some other interest. So it's a curse. I think the Chimera should have the ability to use different... Yeah, I would probably, if I did the Chimera, like each... If it had multiple heads and body, it'd probably all be like different elemental creatures or something. Dragon for the body. Yeah, I was thinking either... Something four-legged, right? What do you use for drawing? Like, is it an app? I use Procreate. Goosefishes, what up? How you been? I've been alright, Goosefishes. How about yourself? How about a Tarrasque of French mythology? Tarrasques are enormous. I haven't even designed a Tarrasque yet for my world. We'll have to do that eventually. So that, I still got to design a bunch of characters that I still want to make. Establish some more of that lore. Double rows of spiked plates on the forearms. Got an 87% on your math test. Nice. Math was what I was best at when I was back when I was a youngin' in grade school. Math was the thing I was best at, but I didn't really like math, but I was good at it. I think on my SAT, I only missed like a couple, like 1 or 2 problems. I scored pretty high up on the old SATs for math. What were you good at in particular, like geometry, trig? Honestly, I think algebra is probably my best. I wasn't that big into geometry. I'm trying to think which one I hated the most. I think it might have been geometry I didn't like. I just remember that by the time I got to college, I had already I had checked out mentally so much from like school and everything. So I was like, bro, I just want to take whatever the easiest classes are and just get this shit done with. Look at the difference. We're just painting over the original sketch. You hate statistics? I don't even really... I remember taking statistics, but I hardly remember the class. I don't have a problem with stats. I've always liked them just because of just playing sports and everything. So like analyzing like the statistics of like keeping track of like... Because the main sport I played was basketball growing up, so your points per game and your percentages of, you know, and your rebounds and all that kind of stuff. I've always liked statistics. What is your favorite thing to draw when creating a creature? Probably anything like dinosaur related. More of a football guy, soccer, yeah. We call it soccer here in America. The old soccer. The number one sport I played growing up was basketball. I played a little bit of football. American football, I mean, not soccer. I never really played soccer. But even though basketball is my favorite sport growing up, like playing and watching, like the NBA, I don't watch that crap anymore. I checked out of that like 10 years ago. The main sport I watch now is mixed martial arts. Eek the Stinky, hello. A good game of soccer. Yeah, I've just only ever played a few times. I'm not very good at it, so. Have you ever thought of doing a biblically accurate angel, dragon, or creature? Yeah, I plan on doing some like angelic-like stuff. And I have done a sort of angel-like dragon, the god dragon of light. I still have to flesh out its design some more, because I'm going to make it I want to make it a little bit more. It's designed like a little bit more out there, as opposed to what it is now. I want to accentuate some more of the aspects of it, but that's like my angelic dragon. You know what? Let's play some Darksiders music in the background. Let's play some Darksiders soundtrack up in this bitty. There it is. Oh, the memories to the good old days. Love your content. Thanks. Eek this. Thank you. Appreciate it. Trying to start making some more and more content. I got to get back on the grind and start being more consistent with YouTube again. Start setting out a schedule. The last couple weeks I've already been doing a lot more live streams than I have in like the past like 6 months. So we're getting back. We're getting it back. We must embrace the grind. English is such a weird language. Yeah, I've heard that English is a very hard language to learn just because we have so much like slang and stuff. Like every generation, people are trying to change. Also, they're trying to change, constantly changing the meaning of what the words are and everything. Like every generation, oh no, this means that. It's like, no, bro, we already established what these words mean. Stop changing stuff. What are some things that you struggle with art-wise? Things I struggle with art-wise. I mean, there's things that I'm not as good at. Like, I've never really done much like landscape paintings or anything, so that's like a weakness of mine. It's something I want to learn to do, but you gotta pick and choose where you dedicate your focus and your energy into. But yeah, I want to start practicing some more landscaping because I need to design the biomes and stuff for my world. So it's on the to-do list. What's your favorite creature? I don't think I really have a favorite creature. I've created too many to have a favorite. Have you ever played Black Myth Wukong? I haven't played it, but I watched a playthrough of it. A lot of times if there's like a game I'm interested in, but it's not like... but I don't feel like it's necessary for me to like have to buy it, then I'll just watch other people play it. I would say the word rules are just stupid. Like any letter can be silent. Yeah, it's a... English language is all over the place. I always love your kaiju designs. Thanks, Dragon Slayer. Appreciate it. Speaking of kaiju, did you see the new Monarch Legacy of Monsters trailer? Showcasing that new Titan. Looks pretty cool. Kong's in it, Godzilla's in it. getting there, folks. We're getting there. Look at the difference. Look at the difference of just painting over that rough sketch. Are you doing another book? I will eventually. I'm not in any rush though. I don't want it to be something I just kind of throw together just to make a product, you know. I want to really think it through about everything I want in it. Like my first one, there's a lot of things I would do different now. So, taking what I learned from it, and then we'll apply that to the next one. But I want to do like a more of a full-on concept art book of like the entire world rather than just the creatures. Because it's one thing to have cool creatures, but if you don't build up the world for people to really get attached to and like get a feel of what it's actually like, then I don't really see the point of me just cranking out only another creature book. So I don't want my stuff to just be solely like, oh, we're just gonna design creatures only. Because when I was doing that first one, I was grinding so much, and I was cranking out like so much content and trying to figure out so much with that stuff that it just burned me out. By the time I finally got the book published, I put so much time and effort, and there's so many little hiccups and setbacks, especially when it comes to getting it published. That shit just drained me at the end of it. So I was like, next time, it's not going to be something I rush through. And then I'm not even sure if my next one, if I would do it through Amazon, if I would try to do like a self-publishing and do it through like Kickstarter or something. We'll see. Because the percentage that you get from your book sales on Amazon is shit. They take the majority of the money. So it'd be nice to do like a independent little like book printing company or something, and then just print a specific amount or something through the company and then sell them myself. Ooh. How do you treat burnout? You just gotta take a break. If you're burned out, you just gotta take a break. That's the thing about like if you're working in like doing something that requires like creativity. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. It's not like something where you can just you can always just grind through it. Because if you're creating like a world and stuff, you have to have ideas, and you can't force ideas. You know, you can try and just sit down and think about, you know, cool concepts or stuff, but if it's not there, you know, it's not there. You're just gonna kind of wait for it to pop out of the ether and enter into your cerebellum. So, like, sometimes I'll have like a week or two where like my brain just feels like mush. I'm like, dude, I have no ideas of what I can draw right now or what I even feel like drawing. I'm just not in the mood. And then when that happens, I just focus on working on something else. Until the ideas start flowing again and the juice starts pumping. And once it does, you gotta jump on it. As soon as you feel the inspiration, don't, you know, just get the iPad out or a piece of paper, whatever you work on, and just get to work. You got to capitalize whenever you do have those moments where inspiration's like hitting you heavy and you got all these cool ideas and the juices are flowing and you're feeling inspired. You got to capitalize on that. You don't just sit on that shit. Like, a lot of times if I'm like out doing something and I have an idea, I just write it in my notes on my phone. So then I can always come back to it. And that's like a lot of creature designs and stuff I have like lined up. Like they're written in my notes from like ideas I had a long time ago. And then it just takes time for me to get to them, or when I feel like I'm ready to work on whichever specific creature, whatever it may be. You've been feeling burnt out for ages? What is the best game you have ever played? I don't even know if I can say like a #1 game ever. I don't think I could pick just one. There's too many good games. There's too many. Do you know how hard it is? How hard is Rathalos to draw? I've already drawn Rathalos, Omar. I've drawn Rathalos on my channel here, actually. Go check out my Monster Hunter playlist. There's a Rathalos speed drawing in there. Have you heard of Warhammer? Yes. I have heard of Warhammer. We were talking about Warhammer on my last stream. I've never played Warhammer, but I'm thinking maybe the next Warhammer game that comes out, I might try it. 'Cause the lore and stuff definitely seems cool. Seems up my alley. Why does the Quetzalosaur only have 6 teeth? Does it only have 6 teeth? I don't know. I have to look back at my drawings. But also, my designs, I don't go with super realistic stuff. I go for more stylized, so I don't necessarily care about things being like accurate in terms of stuff like that. Because my art has a more comic book / anime type of style to it. I don't really do the realism stuff. It's not as interesting to me. So I do stylized. Helldrakes would be right up your alley. Giant robotic dragon ships. Cool. You ever seen Pacific Rim? Of course I've seen Pacific Rim. Come on now. I've seen the first one, but I haven't seen the second one. I heard the second one was kind of dookie, so I just decided not to ever watch it. But I like the first one a lot. What Pacific Rim sequel? There is no second. That's funny. What's your favorite animal? Ooh, let's see. See, here's the thing, guys. I don't ever have one single favorite thing. I have like favorites of different categories. So like Siberian tiger is probably my favorite feline. You know, my favorite big cat. Favorite bear would probably be the Kodiak bear. Then, like for apes, the eastern lowland silverback gorilla. That's up there. Saltwater crocodile is one of my favorite reptiles. The green anaconda is probably my favorite snake. Also, the African bush viper I like a lot. It's one of my favorite snakes. For like amphibians, the Japanese giant salamander is one of my favorites. What else? Let's see. Turtles, alligator snapping turtle. White rhino. What else? Let's see. Trying to think of all my areas. Lizards, Komodo dragon. Birds, bearded vulture. Sharks, great white shark or the frilled shark. Those are two of my faves. For whales, sperm whale. Killer whale is also pretty cool. What else? Insects, praying mantis is up there. Centipedes are pretty cool. I like a lot of creatures. But that's just... There's just a list of some of my faves for you. What are some of y'all's favorites, though? I triple dog dare you to combine a saber-toothed tiger with a Utah raptor and then give it the ability to breathe lightning. Well, sneaky raptor, I've designed a saber-toothed tiger that has lightning abilities. Go check it out in a previous video. What are y'all still talking about Warhammer over here? Tyrannosaurus rex, reptile, crocodiles in general, mammal, pachyderm, pangolin, rhinos, amphibian, Japanese giant salamander, bearded vulture, cassowary. There you go. All right, Draconis got a good list there. Pangolins are cool. They're cool little critters, I'll give them that. Shark, great white, moray eel, there you go. Camel spider. Scorpions are dope too. P.S. Have you created any lizard people or lizard men to inhabit your fantasy world? No, not yet. I'm considering doing some sort of like lizard-like people though. I'm considering it. Mollusk, octopus. Oh yeah. Giant octopus. It's my favorite cephalopod. I wish octopus were bigger though. I think they look cooler than squids. I just wish they were like the size of like a squid. The blue ring octopus? Let me look that up. Let me look up what a blue ring octopus is. Octopus. Oh, yeah, those things are cool. Wait, where are they native to? Okay, never mind. Oh, you know what else is cool? What's it called? The vampire squid. Since we're doing vampires, vampire squid's badass. Oh, you know what's cool? Vampire bat. That's my favorite bat. Shocker, right? Shocker, guys. Crazy. Who would have thunk it? I know y'all think it's boring, but I love a Parasaurolophus. Speaking of Parasaurolophus, I have a plan to design a Parasaurolophus type of creature. I just have to figure out the execution of it, but I was thinking of that might be when I either stream or I'll just design it off stream and then make a video of it. But I got some plans for a Parasaurolophus. See how far we've come, folks. There's a little cleanup version. It's magic. Wow. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Make it do some kind of sound-based force damage. Shh. Shh, 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 shh. Don't give away all the secrets. Don't give away all the secrets. And if you want to, there could be two kinds of lizard people. One lizard people that's carnivorous and eats meat, and one lizard people that's herbivorous and eats plants. I was thinking of the Parasaurolophus creature having the sound-based force damage, for the record. Alright. I already thought of the idea of it being a bardic-like creature, okay? That's my plan with it. I'm going to combine a musical instrument with it. Alright? Jeez, man. Y'all just making me come out and spoil stuff. Ah! No bueno. Do you know the illustrator Florian Stitz? Hold on, let me look up Florian Stitz. We'll see. Oh, it's not loading. Nope, not familiar with them. What are your thoughts and opinions for lizard people? I'll think about. I've thought about doing lizard people. I've considered it. I have considered it. It's just a matter of getting to it all. The reptilians living underground, controlling humanity. Is that in fact fantasy, or is that the world we're living in? That's your dad? Nice. That's cool. Can I have a pet cloud runner? For $1,000, you can have a pet cloud runner. All right. Give me $1,000, and we'll get you a cloud runner for a pet. It's not that expensive for a mystical creature that can float through the skies. Oh, look at that. We got 45 people in the chat. Hey guys, smash that like button if you're in here, you know? Do me a solid. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We gotta bump our numbers up, folks. We gotta bump those numbers up. Do you have any crocodile-based creatures? Yes. My, the Spinosaurus that I designed is, got some crocodilian properties to it. It's called the Sobek. Obviously that name comes from Egyptian mythology of the god Sobek, the crocodile god. But yeah, the Spinosaurus, it's got some Nile crocodile inspiration to its design. Speaking of, I guess we'll I'll show you it real quick since we're talking about it. Where is it at? Because I've posted this. That's the old Sobek right there, guys. So, if you want to learn more, you can pick up the Colgrath Bestiary book, available worldwide on Amazon. Get you a copy today. But yeah, that's one of the crocodilian inspired. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I've done another crocodilian like creature or not. Although a couple streams ago we did do some random horseshoe crab crocodile combination thing that was going to kind of be like a six-legged basilisk type of thing, but I wasn't very happy with how it looked. It'd have to be something I sit on a little bit longer and plan out a better design for it. Sometimes when you're live streaming, it can be hard to come up with stuff on the spot real time, especially if you haven't already gone into it like with already like, you know, ideas in mind. If you're just like spitballing something off the top, sometimes it can be hard to come up with something right off the dome. Worst way to die in Colgrath? Death via soup cult. It'd be cool if Josh and Goji Center did a worst ways to die in Colgrath video collab. I gotta establish my world some more before we go branching off with stuff. Because even though in my mind I already have a lot of this stuff planned out, it hasn't been shared with y'all, so before and after. Could the venom spire wyvern hunt thunderbirds since Earth is strong against lightning? I mean, they don't live in the same. They don't even live on the same continent. But a venom spire wyvern would kill a thunderbird. They're way bigger, way stronger. Give a little bit more sheen to that hair. He definitely conditions his hair, guys. He conditions it. Beautiful, long, flowing black mane. Drifting in the wind. Big old elf ears. Still need to figure out that little chest cavity. How I want to do it. So it just looks out of place just sitting there like that. With the way the chest spikes go. Would you make Coliseum where people would bring monsters in order to have them fight? Yes. Of course. Of course. How could we not? There we go. Starting to come along now. Starting to take shape. Like it's implanted there. There we go. There we go, folks. Now it's feeling better. Now it's feeling better. What is the best Godzilla? You talking about what? The best Godzilla movie? Or the best Godzilla design? Be specific. What did Tommen look like as a human and not an eldritch horror the size of... Just a little kid. Tommen was just a little kid. Regular human kid. What is the best Godzilla design? Probably... Probably my favorite's 2019. Because it took 2014's and just improved on it. It had more of the classic dorsal plate look and a little bit more of the classic feet. So probably 2019. I liked how the legendary the legendary verse Godzilla. It took like a more realistic approach to making it more animal-like. So it's my favorite design. It's the most believable. Are you part of the Eldrum team? Yeah, I do the concept art for Eldrum, the creature concepts. That I do. I'm just a measly concept artist, though. I don't actually design any of like the game mechanics. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I just draw. I just draw what I'm asked. There we go. Cleaned up that little sketch. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Have you watched any of the old Godzilla movies? Are you asking me really? Are you really asking me if I've watched any of the old Godzilla movies? I've seen like them all. I've got like a bunch of them on VHS. I've even got the original 1954 on VHS. Come on now. Come on now. If this was Castlevania's Dracula's true final form, the Belmonts would stand no chance. Yo, speaking of, Castlevania Lords of Shadow, underrated game. I love that game. I wish they would do like a remaster of it. I'd definitely get that shit. Will you create your own Eldritch horror pantheon, a la Lovecraft? I'm definitely gonna have some Eldritch stuff. So, for instance, the Kraken is kind of like not from the actual world of Kolgarath. It's from another realm. Same thing with the what you call them? What did I name them? The Shadowtide Lurker. They're also from another realm. They're not native to Kolgarath. But yeah, their world is going to be very Lovecraftian. Very much a bunch of tentacles and all that kind of good stuff. Do you have any Pachycephalosaurus-based creatures? Not yet. Not yet. I watched the 1954 Godzilla for one of my classes in college, along with Invasion of the Body. Dang, man, what kind of college class let you played 1954 Godzilla? Classic. Love that film. What's funny about that is like the first time you see Godzilla in that film, when it's the scene when they're on the island and like you see him like peeking up over the mountain, and he's got like them googly eyes, those goofy ass 1954. Like the eyes are all like all over the place. It kind of reminds me of the Yeti from Rudolph, the the old animated Rudolph, the Yeti guy. That's what Godzilla always reminded me of. The 1954 one. Just because he's got those goofy ass eyes. And he's kind of got like the flattened face. I knew you already had something like that. Getting old? It's alright, we're all getting old. But yeah, I want to do some more of like those Eldritch style creatures. Something more of like a Cthulhu type of giant monster. I want to do that also. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do, y'all. But yeah, so I'll show y'all. So this was the original sketch. This is our rough sketch, so y'all see how it goes. That was my original rough sketch, and then I painted over it. Now that's what we got. So it's still kind of rough, still loose, but you can definitely make it out a lot better than you could before. It's much more complete. And I haven't fully settled on his name, this character's name, but I'm thinking Veldrith. I'm thinking Veldrith. What do y'all think? It's still vampire sounding, and because it's got the D and R, you could Veldrith, like, you know, Nosferatu or Dracula. So Veldrith is what I'm thinking of for his name. Veldrith. I summon Veldrith. The old Godzilla design, while cool, was goofy. Yeah, the Showa era Godzilla was pretty campy, pretty goofy. Should Nidoking be taller? Yes. Nidoking should be taller and more powerful. Give Nidoking better stats. The fact that Nidoking never got a Mega Evolution is a travesty. Not with an F, with a TH. V-E-L-D-R-Y-T-H. Veldrith. Veldrith. Actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and do that. Could Richter from Castlevania defeat this vampire? No. My characters are stronger than those of Castlevania. Also, I still need to give him a little bit of like clothing. Not too much. I'm probably gonna, because he's got wings and arms, you can't really put much for like top gear on him, but I was thinking of maybe doing some, he's gonna have some sort of lower apparel, and then maybe some like armor or something on one of his arms. But I still want him to keep like this regal kind of look, so, but I'll still give him a little bit of clothing so he's not butt-ass naked. Veldrith, yes. This is Veldrith's dragon form. He's the Lord of Vampires. He's the progenitor of vampirism in the world of Warcraft. I mean, in the world of Kolgarath. And he's a demon. He's a demon lord. But he transforms into a dragon, not a giant bat. The bleeding god. Yeah. And then also I'll probably do like his blood enhanced form dragon as well, which would just be, he would just have like blood like coursing through his body like his normal demon form does. So just like how this form, when he's like blood mode, he's got like the blood kind of seeping from the heart all throughout the body. I'll do something where I'll add like those little highlights and stuff and do his enhanced, his blood enhanced form while he's in his dragon state. His dragon state. The bleeding god. Vampires are fun to draw, y'all. They are just fun to draw. But, alright. We've been streaming, what, for a couple hours? Finish this little thing here. Not too shabby. We're going to wrap it up. For all y'all watching here, hey. Hit the like button. What are you doing? You're just sitting there? You're just sitting in the background all quiet and you ain't hitting that like button? What are you doing here? Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Come on now. We're building up the numbers. Also, we have a... I know K1's not in here to do the link, but we have a Discord. We have a Soup Cult Discord for those of y'all who want to join. I guess I can link it. Let me see if I can link it real quick. That's the Discord if any of y'all want to join. A bunch of people in the community go there. So, yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going to head off. I'm going to go eat. I might watch a little bit of the Super Bowl, but I hate both teams playing, so we'll see how that goes. But all right, y'all.